Have you ever wondered why relationships can be so complex? Well, let's start by acknowledging that relationships, in essence, are a blend of different emotions, expectations, and experiences. Each person in a relationship is a unique individual, with their own set of experiences, emotions, and expectations. When these unique individuals come together, they bring their individuality into the relationship, creating a blend that is unique to them. Think about it this way. Relationships are like a tapestry. Each thread represents a different emotion, expectation, or experience. Some threads are bright and vibrant, representing the joy, love, and excitement that relationships can bring. Other threads are darker, representing the challenges, frustrations, and disappointments that can also be part of a relationship. Together, these threads weave together to create a tapestry that is complex, intricate, and beautiful. But just like a tapestry, relationships also have their ups and downs. It's completely normal. In fact, it's part of what makes relationships so interesting and fulfilling. Problems can arise from various sources. Miscommunication, for instance, can lead to misunderstandings and disagreements. Differing expectations can cause friction and disappointment. External stressors such as work, family issues, or financial difficulties can also put a strain on a relationship. But here's the thing, these problems aren't necessarily a sign of a bad relationship. Quite the contrary, they're part of the natural ebb and flow of being in a relationship. They're opportunities to learn more about each other, to grow as individuals and as a couple, and to deepen the connection between you. So, yes, relationships can be complex, they can be challenging, they can be frustrating, but they can also be rewarding, fulfilling, and incredibly meaningful. They're a journey of discovery, growth, and understanding. But remember, these complexities don't make a relationship bad. They are opportunities for growth and understanding. Consider the story of Jack and Jill, a couple who had their fair share of relationship problems. Jack and Jill were like any other couple, deeply in love, but their relationship was far from perfect. They faced a multitude of issues that strained their bond, and we're going to delve into their story to understand the common problems that many couples face. For starters, they struggled with communication. Jack was a man of few words, preferring to keep his emotions and worries to himself. Jill, on the other hand, was an open book, always eager to share her thoughts and feelings. This stark difference often led to misunderstandings, with Jill feeling ignored and Jack feeling overwhelmed. Then there were the differing expectations. Jack, having grown up in a traditional household, expected Jill to take on most of the domestic responsibilities. Jill, however, believed in sharing these duties. She had her career to focus on and was not ready to be the sole caretaker of their home. This led to friction, as each expected the other to conform to their viewpoint. Their roles in the relationship were another source of tension. Jack saw himself as the provider, the decision-maker, while Jill saw them as equals, both contributing to their life together. This difference in perspective often led to arguments, as each felt their contribution was not being acknowledged or appreciated. The impact of these issues was significant. The warmth that once defined their relationship began to fade, replaced by frustration and resentment. Conversations turned into confrontations, and silence became their constant companion. Their home, once filled with laughter and love, started to feel cold and distant. But despite all this, Jack and Jill weren't ready to throw in the towel. They knew they had problems, but they also knew they loved each other. They were willing to fight for their relationship, to find solutions to their issues, and to work towards a better, happier future together. As we can see, Jack and Jill's relationship was strained, but they weren't ready to give up. They wanted to find solutions. Marriage, as Jack and Jill soon discovered, is a different ballgame altogether. It's like stepping onto a new playing field, where the rules you thought you knew change, and the dynamics shift in ways you never expected. In the story of Jack and Jill, their journey into marital bliss wasn't exactly a walk in the park. It was more like a hike up a steep hill, with occasional showers and the odd rock slide. But that's the nature of marriage. It's not always sunshine and rainbows. There are also storms and clouds that test your resilience. One of the first hurdles they encountered was the weight of shared responsibilities. Suddenly, they had to juggle their personal aspirations, career goals, and shared household duties. It was like a delicate balancing act, where one misstep could send everything tumbling down. But this is a common challenge in marriage. It's about finding a rhythm that works for both parties, understanding that it's not about 50-50, but about giving 100% of the time. Then came the thorny issue of finances. Money, as they say, is often the root of many disputes. Jack and Jill had different views on spending and saving, which led to a few heated debates. But again, this is a part of the marriage game. It's about open communication, compromise, and finding common ground. And let's not forget the long-term commitments. The endless decisions about the future, from where to live to whether to have children. These decisions can cause rifts, but they can also bring couples closer together. It's about navigating these waters together, hand in hand, even when the currents are strong. Despite these challenges, Jack and Jill realized that their marriage was worth fighting for. They understood that every hurdle was a chance to learn, to grow, and to strengthen their bond. Because at the end of the day, marriage is not just a different ball game. It's a team sport, where the goal is not just to win, but to keep playing, keep striving, and keep loving, no matter what. So how did Jack and Jill navigate their relationship problems and find happiness in their marriage? You might be wondering, and the answer lies in a few simple yet profound steps they took. First up, they decided to enhance their communication. They realized that the root of many disagreements was not what was said, but how it was said, or sometimes, what was left unsaid. They began to express their feelings honestly, but with kindness and respect. They learned to listen actively, not just hearing the words, but also understanding the emotions behind them. Next, they managed their expectations. They understood that they were two different people with distinct experiences and perspectives. They couldn't expect the other to know or understand everything about them without explanation. They began to discuss their expectations openly and came to a mutual understanding on various aspects of their life together. Thirdly, they weren't shy about seeking professional help. They understood that sometimes it's beneficial to involve a neutral third party, someone who can provide an unbiased perspective and offer practical solutions. This step allowed them to navigate their problems in a structured way, and it gave them tools they could apply in the future when facing difficulties. Finally, they learned to compromise and respect each other's differences. They understood that they didn't have to agree on everything to have a happy marriage. They learned to appreciate their differences as strengths that enriched their relationship, rather than threats that could tear them apart. Through these strategies, Jack and Jill found a way to navigate their relationship problems, paving the path to a happier and healthier marriage. It wasn't easy, and it required effort, patience, and understanding from both sides. But they persevered, and their relationship flourished as a result. In the end, Jack and Jill's story teaches us that while relationships and marriage life can be complex, with effort and understanding, they can also be deeply rewarding. So let's take a leaf out of their book and strive to make our relationships the best they can be.